Welcome to the Sunday Shampoo presented by Valor and Violet.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sunday Shampoo episode 5. Right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's Sunday.
Holy
We're gonna start tallying.
smokes.
Yeah, we're going to keep track somehow.
Yeah.
I think at some point maybe we'll just say like episode whatever the heck it is or something like that.
Once it gets too many, we're
episode.
like, I don't know what's happening.
Awesome. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, it's been busy.
What's new with K Money?
You know, not a lot. I last night took my parents to it's actually the old Hotel Fort Des Moines. They've remodeled, and they have a new restaurant in there. It's called Proudfoot and Bird. Josh, you actually suggested it to me.
Love that place.
Yeah.
I don't
So
like
do they
paying the
s-
bill
was
though every
amazing.
time I'm
Do
there.
they have bird that you eat?
Nope.
Oh.
No, we had. I took my parents. It was both of them actually celebrate their birthdays within the same few days. So took them out. We got steak and different apps and drinks. So
Sarah, welcome back.
Oh,
Sarah's
thanks.
back.
Missed you, I think, the last episode.
Yeah, I
maybe?
wasn't here the last.
She gone.
The last.
You're out partying.
No, I don't even remember what I was doing. Was I sick?
Partying would be nice.
What
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, you were sick.
Was I sick? I don't know. I'm
your
alive though
deathbed?
now. I
That's
was.
why you got to be drinking that liquid death.
I am. I've got it open. It's
LD.
yum. So yeah.
Well, welcome back, biatch.
Back in the land of the living. Feels really good.
What up, Gert?
Oh, hi. What's up?
What do you got going on?
Not too much.
Did you go to Vegas since we were here last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just went to Vegas with a bunch of my friends, and that was crazy. That was really fun. It was like
How long were you there for?
3-4 days.
Nice.
Just a long weekend. And it was like 95 degrees while we were there, so that was
Perfect.
great. And it's been raining here ever since. So that's really fun.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been just work's been crazy lately, crazy busy, but because it's getting warmer and everyone's coming in. But yeah, Josh, what are you up to this weekend?
Oh man, so I don't know when this will release.
Who's in town?
This
tonight?
episode, but tonight I get to go see one of my buddies perform. He's in the Des Moines. A good friend of mine who some of you might know. JB, also known as Justin Bieber. So I'm just stoked to see him. I'm going to take my daughter and her friend there, and my girlfriend Emily's coming with me, and actually a bunch of us from Valor and Violet are going to go. So I'm pumped. I'm officially a fanboy.
You
really are.
I don't
definitely
know how
are.
this happened. No
100%.
41-year-old man should love Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
As much
that's
as you
cool.
do.
But I
You
love
do.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think you started with his fashion. You were like obsessed with his fashion, and then
Yeah.
you became a fan.
He is
so
really
just so everyone
cool,
knows,
though.
I've really like the last for sure 90 days, if not 6 months, I've really been getting into like streetwear fashion. And Justin Bieber is a co-founder of a line called Drew House. Check it out, and I love their stuff. And then from there, I just started to learn more about the guy, as I have a few other people that have clothing lines. And once you dig into people's life, you no judgment, you start to realize they're actually pretty decent, cool people, and they're just human.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of fucking money too.
Yeah.
Literally,
That'd be nice.
since Thursday, downtown Des Moines,
Yeah.
I've never seen this many tour buses, and I know they're all his. Not that he's in town, but his entourage, he rolls in.
Yeah.
And that's
Real
how you
steep.
do it. That's what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to be doing.
You
I
live
think, someday.
downtown and you saw Elton John.
So-
Did you see any of his?
So,
buses?
no, not like Bieber.
Interesting.
But I can tell you, Elton John,
Very different
was
crowd.
seriously, at this point, the best concert I've ever been to. So, Biebs, you better bring it tonight, buddy. That's all
Big
I'm
shoes.
saying. Yeah, so, Gert, go ahead and introduce the...
I guess we could meet our friend Taylor. So yeah, can you kind of tell us about you a little bit, Tay?
What up, T?
Hey, my name's Taylor, and I've been with Valor and Violet, over 5 years now.
Nice.
I have 2 kids.
Woo.
I just got back from maternity leave.
Like this week.
She
you
literally
just had a
she literally
baby.
takes a
Yeah.
week off after each kid and then just comes back to work.
I'm
She
ready.
can't sit still.
So whoever says they can't make it to work is a liar.
Yeah, what you didn't stop on maternity leave? Didn't you paint your whole house and stuff?
Well, and you have another
did.
company. You have your own business
Yeah.
that you run as well.
I have
on the
my side business.
What's your side business called?
the Tin Silo, and I make candles.
Tin Silo on Instagram,
man.
right?
Yep.
Best
Heck
candles.
yeah.
We're addicts,
Yep.
but it's fun.
So
Yes.
delicious.
Thank you.
Oh, they smell so good.
Yeah, so I used my time to paint my house, get caught up on candle stuff for the fall.
I used my time on maternity leave after I had a human to paint.
Did all the things I wanted
Make
to.
more
Yeah,
candles.
cleaned my house.
I mean, babies,
Yeah.
they just be sleeping.
They just
Yeah.
they do be
Growing.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, babies are easy.
Yeah, so easy.
2-year-olds are not easy.
Toddlers and up are
Yeah.
more challenging.
I'll take
Yeah.
the 2-year-old. I
Yeah,
told you
he's-
that. That's like the prime age for me.
Her kids are so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell us kind of like how you started with Valor and Violet? Like, what was your journey throughout starting hair and everything?
Yeah. Gosh, it was like 2014. I worked in Dallas, Texas doing hair and moved back to Ames where I did hair originally and went to school. And I knew going back to Ames, it was going to be really hard for me to find a salon I liked after experiencing Dallas and Dallas hair and that kind of vibe.
It's a little different.
It's a little
What
different.
is Dallas hair like?
Exactly what you would expect.
Big.
Picture.
Blonde, big, blowouts.
A lot of
much,
bees.
so much hairspray.
Yes.
But Dallas, for real, when you get into like looking at Texas, when you stereotype Texas, I personally feel like Dallas is freaking dope. I mean, there's like high end fashion there.
Yeah.
There's big money in Dallas.
Yeah, there
Right?
is.
So on that note, too, you're dealing with a certain kind of clientele, which can be
Yeah.
exhausting, actually.
Yeah, but I met a lot of cool people. I mean, I had country singers like moms. I had Barry Church's wife. A lot of well-known people came to our salon. But I knew coming back to Ames, it was going to be really hard for me to find a salon after, having high expectations of working in Dallas. But I started working at a salon. I was there a couple years, and in Dallas, I worked for Aveda. And after I heard about Valor and Violet opening and that they were going to be Aveda, I started creeping.
You.
As you do.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Her specialty.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
And Madeline, our stylist, was walking out of the salon we were at together. And I asked her where she was going. And she said she just quit. And I walked into work and I wanted to quit.
So I did.
So it was like, I don't even know how much, like a couple months later, I planned out my escape.
Detailed
After
escape.
talking to Josh, and went to Valor and Violet, and it was a very good decision, financially and
Would you say
Yeah.
the atmosphere between the two salons
Oh,
starkly different?
completely
Yeah.
different. Like, completely. I mean, I felt more at home, more at peace. I could be myself. Like, we're not strict, but we have, we know what we're supposed to do.
Expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you also though? I think we've talked about this a lot, and I know you've heard the other podcasts, but we're literally a fucking family, right?
Right.
And we have some really high ups and we have some really low downs. A lot of times we're in the middle, but I think that's what's cool about us, and I notice about you. Even if we have some sort of like brother sister conflict, it's like Taylor's always really. Taylor can be Taylor though, like, dude, she literally is Dateline.
Do not touch her Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah, or whatever, right? Or her
when I'm
retainer that's
pregnant.
always fucking laying around. Dude, why is the retainer always just laying around? Her
Invisalign.
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 Good Lord. And then literally,
She said, "Don't throw away my empty Jimmy John's bag. That's where I keep my retainer."
well, the other day she left a scotcheroo a little bit. Like, I was so scared to throw it away because she's this motherfucker that will come in the morning.
She'll
You
get
do
you.
not
like,
want
did
to
someone
touch
throw
her
away my
food.
scotcheroo? I'm like, dude, the scotch, and this is like, this is what
Or her-
happens.
her
the,
Coke.
The freaking one that you left by the garbage can all night. Yep, I wasn't finished with that.
She was waiting.
Okay.
There was one time, who did I ask? I was like, whose Rice Krispies are these?
Yeah, it was me. It was all me.
Grant goes, oh, I think they're just for for anybody. I should have been like, well, where'd they come from? You know.
You should have known better.
Yeah. And so, you know, I helped myself to one. And Taylor's like, where the fuck are my Rice Krispie treats? So I quickly go to the computer and I got on GoPuff. And we saved the day.
Taylor, I guess it's fair enough to say that you made a good choice.
Yes.
By making a personal and business decision to go to a place or make a move that was uncomfortable.
Yes. It was
but
very
it ended
scary.
up really, really working out in your benefit.
Yeah.
And we love having you a part of Valor and Violet. It would never be the same without you. And when you were gone,
I don't like it.
It was noticed. You're silent, but you're deadly, and that's why I fucking love you. Yeah, you're awesome. I love that you're here too. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Cool.
Just for Taylor, real quick. Describe and Sarah, you would know this too. Going from one child to two.
It's scary.
What's that like?
It's really scary.
I mean, you just figure it out, right? I mean,
yeah.
no choice.
It was definitely like I was scared. It's a lot more work.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
I mean, just double up.
Well,
Yeah.
you double the work, and I'm sure you hear this a lot too. Some people will try to lie and say it's no different.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
That's
you're
what I
just
mean.
They're
lying.
so full of
I
shit.
mean, I don't have any kids
And
yet.
maybe they
It's
forget
double the money,
after
it's
a
double the
certain
work,
amount of
it's
time,
double
but
the
It's more than
Yeah.
double.
that has to be a lie.
It's
It's more than double.
double the
Yeah.
work.
It's,
I mean,
you add another small
Yeah.
human being.
I can't double my dog.
Yeah,
So-
could you imagine?
No.
So okay, so on that subject, then Grant, what are we gonna dive into this week?
I just thought it was kind of interesting to see kind of what we do. Like we were talking, like it's double the work. Like having a kid, having family, having anyone. We have like 2 full-time jobs essentially.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna kind of ask a lot of you guys some like, what are some things that you guys do to kind of balance your life out so you don't get burnt out from work, from home, from everything? Like,
And I think this is going to be, even if some of us don't have children, some do, some are at different points in parenting and in life. So what we're going to be talking about, to clarify, is just how do we manage our personal lives and our business,
Yeah.
right? Because there are 2 full-time jobs. Each one is
Professional and
never
personal.
ending. So that's where the questions are going to
Yeah.
stem from.
Yeah, so Taylor, especially you just coming off of maternity leave, having another kid, like what are some things that you try to do for yourself, for your free time that
Yeah.
gives you joy?
the one thing I always focus on is finding time to be alone and just take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a lot of alone time in my house.
No.
You really
And-
don't.
I usually have to sneak away because Noah, my child, 2-year-old, loves when I take a bath, and he follows me in there. And he usually stands there and watches me the entire time.
Yeah. There's no.
Guys, he's the funniest
I don't
kid
know if
you
that's
will
cute or
ever meet.
awkward.
It,
At
yeah,
some point, it'd be like, wow.
When he's
I remember when I
15.
could, right.
Yeah. yeah.
Do
So
your
so
bathrooms
funny.
He'll
have
figure it
locks
out.
on them?
they do, but if I lock the door,
He'll
he
freak
knocks
out. He gets
and
angry.
cries
Oh.
to get in.
I
So-
would just like throw snacks underneath the door.
Yeah.
Oh my
Goldfish.
God.
Be like Zach, yell at your husband. Where are you at? Come help.
Yeah, so I mean, really just
treat train him.
marking
Yeah,
out
that's fine.
time to
Leave a bowl of snacks and water out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
You know.
Josh, I know you've kind of worked on this the past year because you were kind of getting really burnt out with work and you cut your hours back a little bit. Like, what do you do in your time that you've kind of realized that's really good for you?
Good question. I feel like I'm productive some days and sometimes I don't.
Yes.
The big thing, so I've been doing hair for 20 some years, which is, I don't know, that's a huge feat for me. I've never stuck with anything that long. I'm fortunate I've been successful at it, but yeah, the whole COVID thing that happened a couple years ago, and they actually closed us down. We were forced to close down. I had a big realization that at that point in my life, I was just really career focused, and I'm a dad too. I have an 18-year-old daughter, named Declan. And my biggest, I was such a man in raising her that I stayed so career focused, but tried to be a good dad as well. So that was always a weird balance for me because I wanted to be successful and, always just, and being an entrepreneur, like next big thing. So I micromanaged that always well, but that was kind of my life. For sure the work part was. So finally I had a realization when I was forced to close down. I had literally never taken any time off work in my career for a period of time. What it made me realize is that we have to take care of ourselves. Just mentally and physically, I was not in a good place. So I just decided that I was going to, when our salon and all salons reopened, I was at least going to take even an hour and a half to a couple hours a day off my schedule and just take care of myself, whatever that is, whether it's run to pay a bill, whether it's see if my daughter's going to actually hang out with me for once and
Probably
try to
not.
feed her, whatever, exercise, eat, cook, just all the shit that you don't have time for. When you're working a 12-hour day, the last thing you want to do is any of the other stuff that I just said.
Because most days you were working till 8 o'clock at night, that drains you.
8 to 8, man, they smoke you. And I know you did it for a little bit too, and I did that for years.
I don't know how you did.
I
did it for 2 years, and I was like, okay, we're good.
I think it was just different, so it was just kind of expected. Because even when I did hair, a decade ago or whenever, that's just was what you did. You worked 9 to 7 or 8 to 8 or whatever. Yeah. And that's just how it was. And I think
that is changing a lot in the industry, though. Like, a lot more hairstylists are not working Saturdays anymore. Like, they're cutting that off. They cut a lot of nights off. I think that's very important, though. That
once you're established, I think it's important.
Yeah.
You can't start out that way and expect to get busy.
I say for that first 2 years, that's where Grant was so successful. Is he did the apprenticeship thing. He worked his ass off for 24 months after that, and then that's what did it. And that's when we talk about Valor and Violet, what we're trying to do for these kids, or whoever, even someone established to try to change their lives. We can show you what you can have in the work-life balance. But that being said, too, is I hate to say, as an owner of Valor, as an owner of a hair salon, I have to stress to you guys, though, that it's very important. Yes, you can have one Saturday, but you can't have all Saturdays because that's crazy. Because that's what your owners are going to say to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
For me, I was forced to take a break, and for me, it was completely healthy.
Yeah.
I know Kristen, K Money, same thing when she first started working she's been with me a long time. When you first started, we worked a lot.
Yeah.
And then now so Kristen's not a mom, but she has a fur baby.
She's a mom.
And so, what about even owning a pet, a dog?
Oh my God. People are like, hey, Kristen, you want to go grab a drink at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night? I'm like, if my dog can come, that's no, I don't want to come.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's and I actually, growing up, I never had a dog. My parents never had a dog. But I always knew. I was like, I want that responsibility someday. And I started living on my own. And, Louis came along. He just kind of seriously fell into my life. And
he really did.
It just happened.
I remember that so well.
Sarah was there.
Ran
Sarah was the
back
reason.
to the salon to tell you.
Did.
But he was available.
Of course you did, Sarah.
I did. I literally, I was
did.
at home and
I
was like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
drove
you're
my
getting a
ass
dog.
back into
I'm like,
You're like,
sorry?
what?
Yes,
Hey, you're
I am.
getting a dog. It's happening.
And you know
Yeah.
who's
He
responsible
is
for
my
all of your
child.
dogs?
You,
It's all
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah.
It was all me.
It
True.
really was. She
Yeah.
found waffles.
So, like,
She found
And I
Taco.
found
Yeah.
Taco.
so Sarah's dog,
Psychopath.
Waffles, is brothers with Kristen's
Louis,
dog,
yeah.
Louis.
Yeah.
And Taylor found them all.
Yeah. Taylor is
She's an animal
And I-
reason
stalker.
for all
And
of it.
Carrie
I guess I
got
didn't really
Tank because of me.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know
that was
that.
me
I didn't
too.
realize
Taylor, stop.
Did you find Violet, though? Carrie's other
I
dog?
found Violet.
Yeah.
Because that was
I did.
before Taylor.
Yeah.
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 So she couldn't.
So I guess I kind of did that too.
So that was good.
And
Yeah.
then Sarah over there, Sarah has 3 kids.
I do.
3. Holy
Nice.
cow.
And a dog.
And a dog, Waffles, and she has a big. She's the manager of our company, and I know we talked about this in previous episodes. It never ends. So what do you do for yourself?
So this is actually something that is very difficult for me as a person to find time or even think about what I need to replenish, for self-care. I think lately it's just been social interactions. I'm a very social person, so I really like to be with people, and just kind of finding my identity outside of motherhood and not necessarily work, because the shop is just like a 24-hour gig, right? Like there's just always something going on or that needs to be done. But even with that, trying to set some boundaries with like, okay, this can wait till tomorrow or whatever. So that's actually still something that's in process for me, kind of figuring out what I like to do. But a lot of it is more just like social, hanging out with
Sarah, don't you
guys.
feel like, and I'm sure you all can relate to this, I think we're always trying to figure that out, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I like that. I think we go through freaking ups and downs of like
seasons.
when it's good, when you have a good balance in how you feel.
Yep.
I've been reading a lot about emotion anxiety, because everyone says that now, between words like anxiety, narcissism, all of these things. But if anxiety, all that is just worrying about the future. Right, and that's out of our control.
And depression is worrying
so
about
just
the
live
past,
in the moment
right?
and fucking crush it.
Yeah,
yeah. Great, and you changed a lot the past. We'll just say 6 months.
Yes.
I mean, you went on a journey, right?
Yeah. For sure.
There's things that you can share whatever you want to share.
Yeah. So I've struggled. This was like my health journey kind of thing. I've kind of struggled with my weight for my life, essentially, like since like high school, and I've tried to lose it and never worked. I tried to do it probably like 4 times, never worked. I'm a very like positive person most of the time, and I'm very happy, but I wasn't like that. My weight was always holding me back from feeling fully confident. So in November I started again, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is actually going to happen this time. And I did it for a month, and I lost a little bit, and then I kind of stopped. I was like, okay, I didn't know what was happening. So then I actually got a personal trainer, and that really changed everything, because I was only doing like cardio. And I just ate nothing. That was a learning curve, but he really taught me like how to eat, we did a lot of like resistant training and learning different ways to exercise that aren't just running, because that's not what I needed. I needed to build muscle and lose fat all at the same time. So it was so great. I'm so glad I did it. And I had some people that told me that like, oh, that's a waste of money. It's not going to work. Like you could do it. Like, sure, it's expensive, but it was so worth it for me and my journey. I needed someone to show me how to do things, because I've never been in the gym really. Like I was like, oh, let's go run. And I hated every minute of it.
Throughout that journey too, though, you've really opened yourself up to a lot of other things, like different foods.
Yeah.
You eat differently now.
Person
you really were.
Yeah, and now I eat like a lot of different like vegetables and different foods that I was like, oh no. Sushi. I thought I didn't like steak for the longest time.
Oh my gosh.
Now I've learned I love steak.
Dude,
that's
chicken strips and French fries.
All day, every day.
And now like I can go to places and I find something I like, and it's a little bit better for me. And that was like the biggest thing, like learning just different things are good. And like now I think about foods like I'm like, that doesn't even sound good. Like I want something better for me. And it's not just about losing weight. It's about just feeling better. Good. And but yeah, I've lost since November. I've lost 50 pounds. And
so proud of you.
Good job.
Thank you. Not done yet. Have a little bit more to lose and just gaining more muscle. But
okay, you need to relax.
Okay, but yeah.
Okay, dude. So that's what work-life balance. All of these things. It's literally for all of us. It's day by day, right?
Yeah.
And that's where we're at with it.
I think
I don't have a fucking clue still how to do it. If anyone's I don't know. I think you need to find what's best for you.
Yeah. And I think too, you just have to. It's not even really being selfish. But I think it's just good and it's healthy to kind of take a step back. And with anything, it's like, what do I want? Do I want to do this? Do I want
really reflecting on
be selfish to an extent.
Yeah.
But you still got to
Take care
put
of
stuff
yourself.
into whatever your cup is, whether it's a relationship, a pet, a child, a coworker, your business, all the things. And that's where you just got to have it kind of even. So, Grant, what do we, are we doing our thing that we do?
We are. We have a bad review again.
Taylor, at the end of every show, we've been doing this thing where we at Valor and Violet randomly get reviews. 99% of the time, they're good. But as you know, sometimes we fall a little short, and we get that 1 star that they probably wish they could have did a no star. But what we do is we read their facts that they posted, and then we try to justify it. Not to say that we're not never wrong, but we're really never wrong. So, and that.
All right. So, this one is a little long one again. So here we go. I've been going to V&V for a little over a year, and initially was impressed. The vibe is good, cute dogs, and my hair was never cut more than what I specified. I recently moved out of Ames and had intended to find a different salon. I haven't found the place that I trust yet, and I'm looking to make a more drastic change. So I booked the location in Ankeny, which is closer to me, thinking the experience would be the same as Ames. The day of the appointment, I got a call that they needed to reschedule. Neither time worked for me, and when I asked why I couldn't have the time originally booked, I was told it conflicted with another appointment. I opted to cancel and reschedule at the Ames location farther, but at least I could have the same stylist and experience that I've had on previous visits. Yesterday, I received a call telling me that they needed to reschedule my appointment for today for earlier in the day. That doesn't work for me, as I work during the day, and making it to Ames by 4:15, the scheduled time, is a stretch. When I told them this, they said, okay, we'll keep it for now and call back if it doesn't work. Today, I got a call saying that Joshua had something come up and they needed to move my appointment. I'm confused about a few things.
Wait, why is it always my bad reviews that we read?
Okay, I didn't know this was yours.
This is like 4 out of
I didn't know this
1.
You can roast me. That's cool.
I didn't know this was yours.
There are more.
Next time.
This is a long review, though.
Why are they always so long?
When I told them this-
So much detail.
Okay.
They have to give all the detail.
And they were just confused. If something came up, why did they tell me yesterday? Why allow me to schedule it?
Well,
it
some
just
things
seems
come up
they don't
last
care about their
minute.
clients.
Jesus, so when we just talked about,
some
okay,
things
that's
come up
perfect for
last
this
minute.
show.
Yes, that's what I
Who gives a flying shit what came up, lady?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you've never had anything in your life come
Last
up?
minute come up.
Man.
Dude,
Yeah.
does she even, she obviously doesn't know me or us.
Yeah.
Because any of our clients that love us and respect us would totally be okay with that. And here's where I'm at with it. If you're not okay with it, then write a bad review and don't come see us.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very simple.
As I would,
I mean,
like,
you don't even have to announce your
can
departure.
we write clients
You
bad
can just
reviews
not
when they
come back.
cancel 5 minutes before their
Yeah, Uber
appointment?
can do that, can we?
Yeah.
Uber does that.
Or like the
Dude.
no
Talk shit about your-
shows.
Really?
About your
That's funny.
people you drive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that on Uber.
And Facebook Marketplace has
ratings.
that.
That's true. You
Really?
can rate the seller.
rate
That's
the
so
seller.
funny.
Yep. You absolutely can. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
There's just not much understanding there, I think. Like,
so she was
Yeah.
very.
It was her time.
So
not-
she was rescheduled twice,
Yep.
which
And had other options, correct?
yes.
I feel like a lot of times what happens when they get rescheduled twice is we don't necessarily reschedule them. There's normally cancellation in the day, and we bump their appointments up to tighten
We
people's
like to
schedules.
offer-
Yes.
Because we all have lives, and if
Right.
someone cancels at noon and they have a 7:30, we're gonna call and put them in at noon because that's what anyone in their life would want done. So they're not
So you're
sitting
not
around
sitting
waiting on
around
one
for
haircut
7
at 7:30.
hours
Yeah.
for one
I'm
haircut.
probably pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in our salon quite a bit. We always
We
say don't
do
leave
try
Swiss
to-
cheese,
Yes.
which is holes in the books. We come
Yep.
in the mornings and we tighten everything up.
We
So
absolutely
sometimes as clients you may get calls that we're going to try to squeeze you in somewhere else. And then, so that was probably the one time. And then I'm sure maybe something, who knows what came up.
Who knows what came up? Who knows when this was? I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's so many things that it could have been,
Yes.
and it could have been out of your control, and so
Yeah.
you know,
Just a little understanding goes a long way.
it really does. Yeah.
Family emergencies come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did she state her name?
I don't think we should say it.
Okay,
so.
well, if you're out there and you're listening, we would love to have
I
you
doubt
back.
she's
And I
listening.
would also love to give you any
Probably
time
hate
that you
us.
wanted and not reschedule you.
Okay.
And I'm sure you'd be very
But
pleased
if I
with
have
your
a gap in
experience
my
at
day,
Valor
you're
and
my-
Violet.
But if you schedule at 6:45 and I have 3 hours before that, you're gonna come in early.
Awesome. Dude, Valor and Violet, the Sunday Shampoo. What do you guys think?
Again.
Good?
Yeah.
We did it.
Feel free to follow us on all our socials. All our stuff will be in the show notes. We are loving talking to you guys, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or want to get your hair done or anything.
Or any topics.
www.thesundayshampoo.com. The Sunday Shampoo Instagram. Joshua Duchesne Instagram. ValorandViolet.com. Don't forget to book your appointments. What else? 10 Silo over there, Taylor, on Instagram.
Don't forget
She'll
to buy
make you any
some
kind of
candles.
candles you want. See you tonight, JB. What else? Is that it?
I think we're good.
All right. Heck
Thank you guys.